Shank Rock is the wave of the future. Let's talk about some of these beefs you've been into.
Yeah, that's what I love. That's what I love. Let's get to it.
Now, look, I'm going to save her for last, or should I start off with Gorilla first?
Her? You said her. That's a her to you? man, that bitch looks like a security guard at a music club.
Salute everybody. I want to welcome everybody to this demonstration. The only time that Jarvis Butts looked up. Salute to the chat. Salute to the replay gang. Salute to my moderators. I see some Pittsburgh Steelers fans down in the chat. I see you. Shout out to all my people that's representing Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Shout out to the Pittsburgh Steelers. All right. Shout out to everybody from VA, Virginia, Richmond, Norfolk, and all the other areas in Virginia. All right, y'all. We gotta chop it up about the one time that Jarvis Butts actually showed his face. Well, not face, but showed his eyes. He looked up. And a big shout out to Bree and Sean B from yesterday's demonstration, because they broke that demonstration down. I see you, TT, Paris Channel, Sama, Surreal City. I see everybody in the chat. Now, drop a one. Drop a one if y'all saw it. I see you, Life of Mine, Stephanie. You know I got to shout out my town. You know I got to shout out my city, Baltimore, Murderland. Stand up. Shout out to Baltimore. Stand up. If you from Baltimore, if you live in Baltimore, drop that one. Drop that one in the chat, or drop that one on the replay game if you are from Baltimore. All right, y'all, because I really didn't get a chance to react to the actual victim impact statement. So that's what we're going to take this time to do. I see you, something sweet. Now, it gets emotional. It starts off, of course, with Miss Annette. Nobody wasn't buying Miss Annette's statement. Nobody. I haven't ran across nobody that felt like Miss Annette was sincere. When it came to Marquita, I'm 50-50. And I did run across a few people that feel the same way that I feel when it comes to Marquita. But when it comes to Jarvis's sister and them babies, everybody is on the same page, y'all. But let's react. Let's listen to it, y'all. Let's start with Miss Annette.
Annette Harris, ANNETTEHARRIS.
Thank you, ma'am. And there are clinics there if needed, whenever you're ready.
To the Honorable Judge Nicholas John Hathaway.
Let me just stop it right there. So she did start it off addressing the judge. And Miss Annette, if you're watching, this is why everybody feel the way that they feel. Now, I'm gonna be as respectful as I can. I promise you, I'm not going to disrespect you or the family. I'm just going to respectfully call out the BS. You address the judge. All right. Now, let's listen to what Miss Annette addressed the judge about. Because everybody was expecting for you to address the judge as far as the plea agreement. But we all know that you agreed on the plea agreement. We want to know, why didn't you disagree with the plea agreement? But Ms. Annette starts off by addressing the judge.
Wayne County Circuit Court. Good morning. I'd like to thank the court for giving me the opportunity to speak as I stand here before you to address the concerns that me and my family have. It has been 2 years and 2 months since I reported Messiah missing. I want you to know that my life will never be the same. My family's life will never be the same without Messiah. And every day that I wake up with her, I wake up feeling depressed. It's another day without her. I love her and I miss her dearly. I can't tell her that because her life was
Now, let's say your tears are real. Okay? Let's say your tears are real, even though everybody believes that your tears are fake. So, okay, you're crying, you're emotional, you're talking to the judge. Okay, I'm with you on that. Now, let's see what you exactly has to say, because you want us to believe that you are emotional, right? But right after this, you went straight into you and the family financially taking a loss. You went into, being attacked on social media. You went into people setting up GoFundMe accounts. You went into people coming past your home. You never addressed the judge about Naziah. You never said one word to the judge, where is Naziah? And let me pump my brakes. That could be because you already know where she is at. However, you're always making reference to you and the family, or the financial hit that you guys took. Marquita came behind and mentioned she was homeless. I get y'all on that. However, Miss Annette, you never made it about Naziah. All right? She never made this about Naziah.
I can't tell her that because her was taken from her. Words cannot express just how much me and my family really miss and love Naziah. This has impacted my life and my family's life. There are days when I don't want to get out of bed. I wake up feeling depressed. I don't want to talk to anybody, to anyone, just getting out of bed. To do the basic everyday things that I miss, I'm sorry. one doctor about my health, including seeing a therapist. I don't feel safe in my home. My address and my phone number has been put on social media. People have been driving by, taking pictures of my home. I have been threatened. My family have been threatened. Pictures taken of me and my family following me in my car.
And let me just slide in for a second. I feel her on that. I'm going to give her that. However, and I'll tell y'all, let me read these super stickers. Appreciate this super sticker, Rhapsody. Appreciate this super sticker, Sama. I feel her on that. However, in my opinion, that the things that you and your family are going through and went through, I just think that that could have been left for the end. And this is just my opinion. The way you start off the impact statement is about Naziah. Look, I can't sleep at night. I dream about Naziah all the time. I can't sleep at night. I keep thinking Naziah is going to walk in the house, or Naziah is going to come banging on my bedroom door or jumping in the bed with me. Nana, nana, nana. Nothing in reference to Naziah. So this is why people have an issue with your impact statement. Appreciate the super sticker, Paris. Appreciate the super sticker, TT. You know, you're not convincing when it comes to you're missing Naziah. You're not convincing when it comes to Naziah's death, Naziah's disappearance having an impact on your life. You're only mentioning about what people on social media is and how they are coming at you, and people in person is coming at you. You're not including Naziah in any of this. And this is why many people have the issue with you that they do. I know this is why I have an issue with your impact statement. I'm not hearing nothing about Naziah. I'm not hearing, since Naziah has gone, you know, my life, you know, because Naziah was such a help to me. Nothing. Naziah was such a great child. Judge, a wonderful baby was taken from me. We want to hear you talk about Naziah. We want to hear what joy Naziah brought to you and your family. We don't want to hear about what people doing, attacking you and all that. We already know. We know. And this is because you didn't show no compassion. You know, I'd rather for you not to fake cry at all. I'd rather for you to just have a straight face. I'd rather for you go straight ghetto. Like, look, man, let me explain to y'all what has happened. You know, keep it real. Keep it 100.
Pictures posted. Setting up GoFundMe raises in Naziah's name without my permission.
See, there it is right there. There it is right there. And in my opinion, and it's just my opinion, y'all, she correct about setting up the GoFundMe without her permission, but now you're making it seem like it's about the money. I hope eventually her and Shannon go to prison too. If y'all would like to tip the host with a super chat, super sticker, Cash App, or PayPal, we appreciate it. Shank, she's reading from a paper, not from the heart. It's something like that happened to my grandchild. I will be talking, not reading from my paper. The same for Marquita. I'm with you, Sama. I'm with you. You know, I'm with you. Look, hey, y'all, but yeah, Shank, you gonna forget this. Yeah, Shank, you gonna forget that. And y'all know my memory is gone. But even me would be like, no, I got to bring this from the heart. I don't want nothing written down. I got to bring this one from the heart. Man, Doug. Right, Sama? She pissed me the F off. It is about the money. Appreciate that super sticker, Spoken Facts. I see all of them in it with Jarvis Butts, with Unalive and Naziah. They knew what happened. It was well planned. Appreciate that super chat, Spoken Facts. And make sure y'all subscribe to, I don't know if you've been doing content lately, Spoken Facts, But make sure y'all subscribe to Spoken Facts. She is a content creator. Spoken Facts, you could drop your link if you want to. You could drop your link.
This has also affected me financially. And my people doing, other people doing podcast shows, even telling me, I don't know.
As y'all heard her, she said the people doing podcast show and all that. Like I said, and I don't care what the content creators go through. I don't care who bump heads. I'm shouting out all content creators. If it wasn't for the content creators keeping Naziah's name rolling in the algorithm, if it wasn't for us pounding the concrete. So I want to give a shout out to all of the content creators. We as content creators, we were doing our job. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less. As content creators, we were doing our jobs. We was bringing content. We was bringing awareness to this case. Many content creators were boots on ground. So you can't take away from us. And if the content creators wasn't boots on ground, they had subscribers, they had moderators that was boots on ground. A lot of the folks that was boots on ground, they visited all of the content creators' platforms. So come on. You know, I can't let nobody ride down on us content creators. I understand you feel the way you feel, but you got to understand why we feel the way we feel. It was the content creators and their platforms, along with their followers and subscribers, that built that village that you should have provided to take care of and protect Naziah. You failed at being that village. You failed at that, Miss Annette. None of the family members, nobody. You failed because Naziah was placed in your custody by her mother and her father. So even though Shannon dealt with Jarvis, it was your job, it was your duty to check Jarvis from dealing with Naziah. And you didn't do that. You didn't. Not the content creators, not social media. We stepped up. So I don't let nobody come for me and the other content creators. I don't.
I'm sorry.
Take your time now.
Shut up.
So you just heard Shannon say shut up, and we found out that it was Kenya whom Shannon was talking to.
There is a courtroom, 206 down the hallway, he's going to observe this proceeding. You can't go
He knows that I don't come into my home. I just,
Let's step out. Too late, please. Let's go.
let's
go, man. In the red and in the black. Let's go.
No, that's hard.
Let's go.
Please remain quiet.
Quiet the court!
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, wait.
I'm sorry.
Now that was Shannon and Kenya getting into it, and I gave y'all my opinion on that, and I'll give y'all my opinion again. I didn't see anything wrong with Kenya responding back to Miss Annette, and then I didn't see anything wrong with Shannon responding back to Kenya. Miss Annette was trying to take shots at Kenya's daughter, Roxy. So, hey, Kenya had every right to speak up for her daughter. Then when Kenya went at Miss Annette, that's Shannon's mother. Shannon had every right to step up for her mother. So I didn't see anything wrong with Kenya and Shannon's situation. I didn't.
An additional reminder, if you're going to have difficulty controlling yourself, how would be
Now let me make a note of this, because y'all know my memory is shot. Notice, and Miss Parker and her riders brought this to my attention. If y'all notice how the judge had a lot to say when Shannon and Kenya got into it, right? I believe Truth even said that they had something to say to her either when she got put out or even before. But notice, and y'all could correct me if I'm wrong for those that were there, I do believe it was brought to my attention that nothing was said to Frank about his outburst from the judge. So it was some strange things going on, y'all. And as y'all can see, Jarvis Butts has his head down the whole time. Let me see. Now I will take some comments. I see you, Dana J. I will take some comments on Jarvis Butts remaining cool, calm, and collect with his head down. This ninja right here, nothing seems to bother Jarvis. Now, for me, if y'all pay attention to Jarvis, he never even looks around. He never even, move like this to the left or move like this to the right, because it's a strong possibility that somebody gonna attack you, Jarvis. He didn't show no concerns at all. At all. He just, even with the melee that's going on in the courtroom, he ain't even looking back to see who it is, to see what's going on. But, and we're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. One person gave him his wake-up call. One person brought his ass to full attention. And he looked up. And I know, if he could, I know he would go back in time and change these things. But he can't. And you can't, Jarvis. You can't.
I'm sorry, were you through, ma'am?
No, Judge, I'm going to finish reading the written statement for you.
Oh, very good. You can return to your seat now. Mr. Makepeace, you can let her get situated.
Just look at him, y'all. He got the fresh waves. He got a fresh tape up. Somebody pointed out the dangerous. But I mean, he looked like he, whoever his barber is, whoever the jail's barber is, holler at me when you get out. You got a job. You got a job. As y'all can see, he picked up some weight. Let me grab some comments. Simon says facts. He did issue his own kids. I see you, Miss Dot. I'm sorry, I see Miss Dot. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the channel. I see you, Lenny. Lenny says, fact, Shank. God gave him a beautiful daughter who even looks like him, and he ruined her. Yes, he did. Waste of taxpayers' money. I see you, Southern Girl. Kenyatta says, I thought it was gray hair.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Judge. I'm going to go where I remember her stopping. Posting pictures, setting up GoFundMe fundraisers in Nazai's name without my permission. This has also affected me financially, and people doing podcast shows, emailing me, people that I don't know coming to my home, knocking on my door constantly. This is really hard and has been very painful for me, and I pray to God that no one and no other family will ever have to endure what me and my family have endured. This deserves attention and ongoing awareness to other families and people so that this does not happen to anyone and other families like this has happened to me and my family. And that would be the conclusion of the statement from Annette Harris that was provided to my office and that she was reading on the stand.
Thank you. All right. Is there any additional complainant that will be addressing the court on file ending in 218?
Yes.
Okay. Why don't we have that person go next?
It's Shannon Harris.
Sure, Mrs. Harris in the courtroom?
The Marquita Harris.
So again, ma'am, you can make your way right up here.
Now, many people felt like Shannon should have gave her impact statement to somebody to read, but then a couple people brought it to my attention that Shannon was writing hers. She didn't get a chance to fill out her complete impact statement. Many people feel as though Shannon and Kenya's outburst, many people feel like theirs was a play. Many people feel like it was staged. Drop a one if you feel like Shannon and Kenya's outburst was a play. Drop a 2 if you don't. I'm going to drop a 2. I just, for me, I don't feel like Shannon and Kenya's situation was a play. I don't feel like it was staged. You know, like I said, Miss Annette taking shots at Kenya's daughter. So Kenya, she reacted naturally. Shannon, listening to Kenya, getting at her mother. So regardless of how we may feel about Shannon, I mean, it is what it is. That's her mother. I ain't mad at Shannon for taking up for her mother. Just like I'm not mad at Kenya for taking up for her daughter. I'm not mad at neither one of them, y'all. But there are those that, did make some valid points. And, I understand, I understand. But I just don't think theirs was staged. I see you, Mia. Mia says statements was fake and cries was fake. Now let's tap into Marquita's.
You can have a seat or you can stand, however you're most comfortable. Again, that red illuminated device, it's a microphone and a recording device. Just try to direct your voice into that. And if you could just state and spell your name, please.
My name is Marquita Harris, M-A-R-K-E-T-T-A. Last name, Harris, H-A-R-R-I-S.
Thank you. And ma'am, you also have a prepared statement?
Yes.
If you wouldn't mind just providing a copy to the prosecutor's office for the court file following here today, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Whenever you're ready.
Good afternoon, everyone. 2 years, 2 months, 3 days since we heard, seen, or even physically touched Nazai. This has tremendously affected my family and I mentally, physically, and emotionally. Since this case started, we have been physically assaulted in public, cyberbullied, harassed, stalked, and so much more. I became homeless, lost several jobs in the past 2 years. My life, my family life, will never be the same again. You have taken something so precious from us that we'll never get back. Every morning, every day, every month, and every hour, I have to remind myself that my niece, Nazia, isn't coming back. Our life will never be the same again, just as it is deserved. You're still able to live, you're still able to get health care, you're still able to breathe without any remorse. You are an habitual serial predator. You had taken my kid's favorite cousin. You had taken my first daughter before I had my own. I hate.
Now, let me just slide in for a second, y'all. Now, this is why, for me, this is why I still feel 50-50 when it comes to Marquita. Unlike Miss Annette, Marquita does directly talk to Jarvis. Unlike Miss Annette, now, of course, Marquita, she do mention, similar things that Miss Annette mentioned, but Marquita does directly talk to Jarvis and let him know, you took my niece away from me. Now, I had the honors of interviewing Marquita, and shout out to Marquita. And if you're watching, thank you for coming on my show with me. So I had an opportunity to speak with Marquita. I also spoke with her behind the scenes for a few as well. So I was able to, detect, Marquita's energy and everything. And one thing that I've always given to Marquita, and I still give to Marquita, is that on my panel, Marquita did say that they could have done better. She wished that they could have done better, and she did take that accountability. So for me, I'm 50-50 with Marquita. Marquita, now, and I said this on a Facebook group as well, Marquita is coming from a place of hurt. Marquita has a lot of regrets. Just like Jarvis's sister, and y'all just hear me out. I'm not saying that I'm putting Marquita on the same level that I'm putting Jarvis's sister on, but just like some of us feel about Jarvis's sister, and I'm sure Jarvis's sister feel the same way. If she could go back in time, she definitely could have made a difference. I feel like Marquita, that's what's eating Marquita the most. I feel like when it comes to Marquita and Jarvis's sister, I feel like that they wish that they could go back in time and do something different from what they done. Now, Marquita, she's the aunt. Do we blame Marquita for Jarvis's and Nazia's relationship? Yes. I do feel like Marquita, this is Shank talking to you. I do feel like the times when you knew that Nazia and the other girls was going up to that shop to work for Jarvis, because I asked you why you never went up there, and you said why you ain't work up there. You said because you wasn't a man, you wasn't a boy. So I feel like that's when you should have at least stepped in and say, hold up, ma, hold up, twin, hold up, sis. Ain't no way in the world these girls, ain't no way in the world they should be up this shop. But I do feel that your impact statement, I do feel that there is some genuine, I do feel like you are sincere with your impact statement. The tears, I don't know. But for Shank Rock, I do feel Marquita's impact statement is coming from a sincere place.
Since January 9th, 2024 will be the day I never forget, the day that I got the call that she never came back home. I never live with myself. I never be able to hear her voice. I never be able to physically touch her. I never be able to see her smile. I never be able to
see what I'm saying? And I hate to cut it off, but see what I'm saying? She's talking to Jarvis. And she's emotional. She's breaking down, and she's talking about she's talking about Naziah. She's saying, I'll never be able to see her smile. I'll never be able to see anything. We didn't get that from Miss Annette. We didn't. But remember, everybody, this is just Shankrock's perspective. This is just Shankrock's opinion. And everybody has their right to their opinion. So this is what I'm detecting from Marquita. She's directly talking to Jarvis. And she's referring to taking Naziah away from them. Let me backtrack, y'all.
Since January 9th, 2024 will be the day I never forget, the day that I got the call that she never came back home. I never live with myself. I never be able to hear her voice. I never be able to physically touch her. I never be able to see her smile. I never be able to. I'll never be able to get to hold her again. I'll never be able to get to listen to her, see her smile. I'll never get to see her tell me stories of what her day went on about school. I'll never get to have that chance ever again because of you. Hurts.
As y'all can see, Jarvis still doesn't look up. He still doesn't look up, y'all. I'm holding all of them responsible. This didn't have to happen if they cared enough to expose this demon who sits behind a mask. I agree with you, Renee. I agree with you. I agree with you. Make sure y'all, make sure y'all subscribe to my backup channel. Later on tonight, I will be going live on the backup channel. I will be doing an all-nighter. I'm not sure where I'm going to do the all-nighter at, if I'm going to do the all-nighter on the backup channel or either on the main channel. But make sure y'all subscribe to my backup channel because I will be doing a Naziah Harris demonstration on the backup channel. Thank you to who got him out of here. What the F about Naziah chance that y'all took her from? You know what, all y'all. I don't care nothing about them tears. Shaking my head. True, Karen, obviously. This is so sad. It is. And as I was saying, she wasn't holding her while she was alive. She wasn't there for her own daughter, and she wasn't there for the surviving children. So if Naziah were here, nothing would be different. What about the fact Brooklyn told her mom Jarvis tried to touch her, and she said she shouldn't have been in his car? That's facts, Paris. And that's facts. Your own daughter, Marquita, told you about Jarvis. So you're just as guilty as they are. Because even you, Marquita, you could have put an end to Jarvis's, what word am I looking for? You could have put a stop to this monster. How about that? Something sweet facts. I'm sorry, I'm not giving Marquita a pass because she knew all about it. Also, even though she was talking to Jarvis and she was telling him how she felt, I'm not giving nobody no pass. I feel you, Tina. I feel you. He looked up and stopped blinking his eyes when his sister was walking up to speak. And we get ready to go to that now. Make sure y'all share out the demonstration, y'all. Make sure y'all share out the demonstration. Leonard Jackson, you are right. He lied. but did he offer the info, or did she ask if she heard it in the streets? I see you, Chrissy TV. I don't know. I'm on the fence with Marquita. And that's why I said I'm 50-50 with Marquita. You know, at times, you know, it's a fact. It's a fact. In some situations, Marquita was responsible, like her own daughter. I can't give her a pass on that. Her own daughter told her about this monster. But now when it comes to this impact statement, I do feel that the impact statement is sincere. I feel like Marquita, I feel like time has passed, and I feel like she's coming from a hurt place. She knows, damn, I let my niece down. She knows I let my daughter down. She knows. So I just think the impact statement, I think that she's coming from a hurt place. Now, I could be wrong, everybody. I could be wrong, but that's just my thoughts. Appreciate that, Tina.
Judge, I believe next would be Miss Yana Butts.
And which file number?
218.
218.
Come right around here, ma'am.
Y'all see him blink? I seen that. Who just told me about watching Blink? Y'all see him cut his eye? He ain't look up though, but y'all see him cut his eye. Let me. Wow. I'm glad you pointed that out. I forgot who that was in the chat that pointed that out. But Jarvis did blink his eye, cut his eye towards where his sister was walking at. Let me see. Y'all see it right there? Y'all see it? I mean, do he got some kind of, you know what I mean? Something sweet. Do he got some kind of superpowers where as though he can sense, he can feel? It's like, let me shut my big mouth up for right now, y'all. Now I'm going to try. I'm gonna try to let his sister's impact statement play all the way through. I'm gonna try, y'all. Hold up.
Come right around here, ma'am. Good afternoon. So you can have a seat or you can stand, however you are most comfortable. Just state and spell your name first, please.
Okay. My name is Yana Butts. First name Tijuana. Last name Butts.
Do you have a prepared statement?
I do not, sir.
That's fine. Okay, thank you. Whenever you're ready.
I don't have a prepared statement because I had no plans to come here today. I've been battling with myself on what is the right thing to do, what is the wrong thing to do. I'm here today for Naziah and for my nieces and the other victims that my brother has harmed. Got up this morning with every intention on going to work because for the last 2 years, I have to go back to that day that I saw a little girl that I did not know and I had never seen. And I wish that there was a sign that she looked okay. And I believe that she was someone else's niece. And I had no reason not to believe what my brother said to me. that day will forever haunt me. Because I go back to like, why was I there? Why didn't I know? Why was there no sign? However, I'm a firm believer in God. And I do believe that sometimes we got put in places that we don't want to be in, even if we don't know why. And I feel like I was put there that day to be a voice for Naziah and for every other child that my brother has harmed. I believe that Naziah's story brought a lot of the other victims out to the forefront. And sitting in the courtroom today, there are many Naziahs and many other victims that are unfortunately being harmed right now at this moment. And people are turning a blind eye to it. People are not paying attention. We need to do better with our families as a community and protecting our children from monsters, from the very people who are supposed to love them and protect them. I don't know why my brother has turned into the person that is in this courtroom today. This is not who I remember as a child. I remember the little boy that used to follow me everywhere, that always wanted to protect me, even though I'm older than him. My brother knows that I've been a victim of sexual assault. My brother knows that I've been molested at a very young age. And he knows the pain it caused. I can't understand why he would want to cause that to an innocent child. Not just Naziah, but to his own children that have his face. I hope that every victim and my nieces and nephews can heal from the things that my brother has done. For the last 2 years, I've been drugged on social media. My family has been put all over a lot of platforms, including my children, my grandchildren. People are posting places, the place that I work, and I don't work with children. I work with children because I had a hard time growing up. We did not have everything growing up, but we did have a grandmother that loved us and cared for us. And I don't know if something happened to my brother when he was young. However, that is no excuse.
Let me slide in. So she claims that she didn't know anything happened to Jarvis when he was young. So what are we going to do with this? I think that, was it Jarvis's son? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody mentioned early on in the case that Jarvis himself was inappropriately touched by this lady right here. And I'm going to say allegedly. So what are we going to do with this? According to his sister, Jarvis was never touched. Nothing happened to him that she know of. Now, in my opinion, I believe that if something did happen to Jarvis, I'm sure that the sister would have knew. But then remember, his own brother said that Jarvis left when he was 14 years old. He was always in the streets. So maybe his sister didn't know that he was inappropriately touched. Or was he really inappropriately touched when he was a child? He had a child at 13, but she don't know anything that happened. I don't believe that. I'm right there with you, Alma. I mean, I'm right there with you. You know, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a known fact that Jarvis had a child when he was 13. Somebody please correct me if I'm wrong. I will give Jarvis's sister grace, but the other 3 whales, I'm not. That's just me. So what really happened to Jarvis? Did he get inappropriately touched when he was a child? Did he have a baby when he was 13? What is really going on? The case is strange. The case is weird. The case is wild.
For what he has done. He could have gotten help. He could have said something to someone. Being a victim myself only made me want to protect kids, not harm them in any kind of way. I'm hoping that he has a heart somewhere deep in there to tell where Naziah's body is.
Okay, let me grab this. And make sure y'all subscribe to Big Stacks. Can I get a moderator to drop Big Stacks link in the chat? I see you, Big Stacks. I love Jarvis' sister and would do the same. His brother said that. Juanita says no child at 13. His brother said no. So, and even his brother said that he was always on a go. He left. So would the brother know whether or not he had a child? I don't know. I don't know. I see you, Corey. I think Jarvis' family turned a blind eye a long time ago. I think so too. I think so too, Alma. I think so too.
Because she was innocent. My brother stole so many children's innocence. And he's way more than old enough to know better. I hope that he can remember how we were raised. I hope that he can remember that he was loved. I hope that he gives the people that love her, closure in bringing her body so she can be laid to rest, because she deserves that. She's an innocent child. Her soul should not be roaming the earth. If for no one else, for her. If for no one else, his children. And this is a hard thing to do because this is my brother. And I'm not going to stand here and say that I don't love him, because I do. And I always will, and I want him to know that.
And that's what I was saying when it came to Shannon taking up for her mother, regardless of what you do. Look, we can't stand Jarvis Butts. We hate the mentioning of his name, but we're not his family. We're not his sister. I'm sure the brother would probably say the opposite of what the sister said, but that's his sister. That was a mother figure to Jarvis. Jarvis was like a son to the sister. So I feel her. That's my brother. That's his sister. That's why for me and for everybody that listened to her impact statement, we all know and we all agree that she's coming from the heart. That's coming from the heart. That's not something that she written down. Because in my opinion, if she had an opportunity to write her impact statement down, she might have not included that part in there. Because she might have felt like, nah, I don't want to say that because I know how judgmental people is. But that's how you know she coming from the heart. She talking to him. I love you. You my brother. But she wants Jarvis to stop playing this game. She wants Jarvis to let Naziah's soul rest. She said her soul is roaming the earth. Bree even confirmed that. But a big shout out to Bree, because I do believe what Bree said, that it's going to take us to find Naziah. Bree said it could be something small. It could be something, you know, that just pops up. But I do believe that what Bree said, it's going to take us to find Naziah. I'm sorry, y'all. I know I told y'all. I'm sorry. I know I told y'all I was going to try to keep my big mouth shut.
And I hope that if he loves me, that he will do what's right.
I was able to leave here in and out same day.
I watched him sit behind a mask. I watched him hold his head down. You made your bed, you gotta lay in it. Stand in it. Do what you have to do. You did what you did knowing. What you've done has just struck the community. I had to go back to work the day after I testified, 2 days after I testified. And the only thing I could think of was the children that I interact with every day that I love and will protect as my own. How are they going to see me? Because of him. Fortunately enough for me, I have a good support system, and the children I work with know who I am. The staff that I work with know who I am. And the people that I come encounter with every day know who I am. So it's nothing that anyone can say on social media to change it. Once again, I know I'm not supposed to dress. Is it okay to take my mama?
Sure.
Brother, look up at me. I want you to know I do love you. And that will never change. But you have to do what's right. You have to do what's right. I can't turn off my feelings. I hate who he's become. I hate what he's done. You have to do what's right. So.
Thank you.
So as y'all can see, both Marquita and Jarvis's sister did address Jarvis. I see you, Clown TV Nation. She know he be, you know what, coward like a dove. Why they tail tuck? I see you, Clown TV. It probably sickened her knowing all the mess he has done. I felt that in my soul when she said what she said. He can't look. He a coward. I hate that nasty ninja. Jarvis is not going to give that baby any peace, and that's what's sad about this whole case. It's sad. Marquita too. I wish just tell where that baby is. And the sister let him know. I'm sick of Annette. All right, Miss Jackson. How do I pronounce, what do I say, Miss Annette or Miss Annette? I don't know. But let's get back, y'all. Now, I'm going to warn y'all. I'm going to do my best with the kids' impact statement. All right. So if I go to a commercial break, if I try to say something that's funny, just bear with me, y'all, because the kids' impact statement, it brings me to tears, y'all. All right. That's why I got these shades on, y'all. Alma says, honestly, Jarvis wouldn't be the monster he is today without sorry-ass women that enable. That's facts, Alma. That's facts.
Ms. Ripley, who will be going next on which file number, please?
Yes, Judge. On file ending in 6232. I believe Ms. Hauser is going to read on behalf of Ms. Bryant.
Very good. She can come on up. You're going to be reading?
Yes.
Okay. Just position yourself, if you could, close to that microphone. You can stand. That red illuminated device is a microphone, okay? And a recording device. Just keep your voice loud and clear. You can just state and spell your name first of all.
Ariel Little, Ariel Little.
Thank you. Whenever you're ready.
So I am reading this in regards to my little sister, Paris Bryant. She says, Dear Honorable Judge, I stand before you today with deep resilience and determination. When I was just 4 years old, Jarvis Butts to childhood of safety. Though I am still young, I have faced years of pain and trauma caused by his actions. Today, I speak with truth of what he stole from me starting at 4 years old. 33 years cannot undo the harm he caused. By the time he is eligible for release, he will be in his 70s. Mr. Butts continues to show that his character is to abuse children, and in my truth's heart, I believe he will abuse even in his old age. I remember what Judge Aaliyah Sabria said during Annette Harris' hearing. Jarvis Butts, you were a monster in this whole picture. For me too, he was a monster, and for many other victims who may have never been ready to speak out. We see him on social media, the news, and on TV. But behind those screens are real victims whose lives he has broken. We should not look away or let Mr. Butts be given a lighter sentence because his actions leaving lifelong scars. Let his consequences be so no other child faces what I have. Thank you for listening and considering how this changed and impacted my life. Paris Bryant.
Thank you. You can return to the seat. Thank you. Ms. Ripley, whenever you're ready.
Yes, Judge. On case ending in 4478, Ms. Jalen White.
All right, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Again, you can sit or stand, however you're most comfortable, talking to that red illuminated device and state and spell your name first, please.
My name is Jalen White, spelled Jayelyn, last name White, White.
Whenever you're ready.
Dear Honorable Judge, I want to begin by expressing my deepest gratitude to the prosecuting attorneys and Sergeant Sharon Jones. I would not be writing this letter today if it wasn't for the tragic loss of Annette Harris. I often went many years without thinking of Jarvis Butts. Now seeing his image repeatedly, I have been overwhelmed with emotional and mental distress. I'm writing this in a deep place of vulnerability. I'm unsure if I will be able to attend sentencing as the toll on my mental health is immense. People cannot see the turmoil inside of me. I've been hospitalized many days I cannot get out of bed. And the last thing I want to do is suffer a panic attack in a courtroom. I want to be unequivocal. I believe in rehabilitation and in breaking the cycles of abuse. I believe people can change when they take responsibility and truly commit to doing the work. However, Mr. Butts is already a convicted sex offender when he abused me in 2014. He understood exactly what he was doing. He understood the harm. He understood the potential consequences of already being a convicted sex offender and of being convicted again. Despite knowing the harm and having every opportunity to stop, he continued to abuse children. Mr. Butts has avoided accountability far too long. I urge you to see this as a chance to end the cycle of abuse. Mr. Butts will never have the chance to be free again, because if he is, there is a great chance he will continue to abuse children in his old age. The cycle of abuse once and for all. I'm asking you to consider the future we are trying to safeguard. Even if the court accepts the sentencing recommendation and plea agreement, which I sincerely hope it does not, I'll be present every.
Thank you. Certainly, whenever you're ready.
Yes, Judge, I believe we will have on 641, Ms. L and Ms. Butts.
They can come up now.
The whole time, y'all, the whole time, he still has his head down. The whole time. But all that is about to change. Y'all see him wink again? Y'all see him blink? He blinked again. Y'all see that? Let me play it back so y'all can see him blink again. Wow. 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 Did y'all catch the eyes? Did y'all catch the eyes? Wow. I'll drop the link. If y'all want to come on up for a few minutes, I'll drop the link. I don't do the phone call-ins, y'all. But you could come up on a link. Just turn the camera off. I see you, Candy. Oh, he definitely was shook to the core. There is one thing that I have learned in life. You don't take a child's innocence. You don't. You don't. You don't mess with a child. You take care of that child, even if the child ain't yours. But you do not rob a child of their innocence. Don't play with a child, period.
Okay, again, if you could just kindly try to talk into the microphone. If you're comfortable in your mask, the public hearing more clearly. Just state and spell your name, please.
Yana Butts. JARYAHBUTTS.
Very good. Whenever you're ready.
You were once someone I called dad until you did what you did. You took someone I really loved, someone I called sister, my favorite cousin, my best friend, my everything. You changed the way I dress, the way I think. You even changed my sexuality. You did very hurtful things to me. I lived with the trouble you caused me. I no longer look at you as a father figure, no longer as a hero. But now I look at you as a monster. You caused me trauma and made me look at men different.
strictly.
I seen him take a deep breath, y'all. Appreciate this super sticker, Charlotte. I seen him take a deep breath. I seen him close his eyes tight. I seen his jaws tightening up, y'all. As you know, when your kids ask you, is the boogeyman real? Tell them absolutely. Jarvis Butts is a monster in my opinion. That's facts, Candy. That's facts. Heartbreaking. I am so very sorry, baby girl. Throw up some purple hearts and some praying hands for these kids, man. Mia says, look like he was crying. Yes, Mia. Yes. Charlotte Stewart, thank you for all your support. This is so effed up. Knee plants, blur out your curse words, knee plants, please. Tara says, so sad. He really felt that. Yes, yes. I see you. I see you, I see you, T. Kenyatta says, I did too, Shank. Clown TV says the aunt and mom should be charged because they didn't do ish. Blur out the cuss words, Clown TV. You are still alive. This is too much. He was crying. That's why his mask is up so high. Yeah, y'all, please misspell the curse words, y'all, please. This broke my heart into pieces, these babies. Yes, yes. Throw up some purple hearts, y'all. Eyes was red. Yes. Yes. Will do. Appreciate the super sticker, Candy. Is there anybody that want to come on a panel with me before we get out of here? Miss Parker get ready to go live at 2 o'clock. So make sure everybody pull up on Miss Parker's live. And I'll be back at, I'm going to do 2 more. I'm going to do one at 7, and then I'm going to do another one at 10. I will be doing a all-nighter. Yes, I will be. Well, I'm going to try to do an all-nighter tonight. So make sure y'all pull up. Wow, y'all. Wow. That's all I can say is wow.
Were you aware if she was done reading her statement?
I'm gonna find out.
Take your time. Thank you.
And y'all know what, though? And please don't throw nothing up here at me. Appreciate that, Manya. Appreciate that, Kirkland. Great live. Appreciate the super chat. And don't throw nothing up here at me, y'all. But Jarvis still has a little boy's mind. That Jarvis's reactions to all of this, it's what a little boy would do. You know how as a boy or even a little girl, but y'all know how when we was little and when we would get in trouble and, you know, we'd keep our head down. You know, some of us might be huffing and puffing like, or whatever. But y'all remember, it's like a little boy. I can remember when I was a little boy. And then when I would get in trouble, when I would get caught, I would be like this with my head down. Jarvis still has a little boy mentality. He has. Now, of course, we know that he knows what he's doing. He definitely knows what he's doing. But Jarvis still has that little boy's mentality. And in my opinion, I think it's when his innocence was robbed. A lot of people, when their innocence are robbed from them at a young age, a lot of people go into adulthood still with that child mentality. And that's why y'all wonder why so many adults still have the child of a little kid. Now, of course, all of the adults that still have a little child's mentality, they wasn't robbed of their innocence. But the majority of those that was robbed at their innocence, they still had that little child mentality. Jarvis never had time to grow up. He was always pampered. And when he came home, Shannon was the first one that began to pamper him. Look at his stable. I ain't gonna punish the chat. I'm not punishing the chat, but just look at his stable of women. No, oh hell no, Miss Parker, I'm gonna get you, Miss Parker. But look at Jarvis's stable of women. They pampered Jarvis. They gave Jarvis what he wanted. His stable gave him what he wanted. He never had to grow up. And one thing that I know about women, you're going to either get a woman that's going to force you to grow up, or you're going to get a woman that's going to pamper you. It's one or the other. I know some women, I know some females that if you ain't on your grown man-ish, you ain't getting nothing from them. But then I know some women that will pamper you. Come on up, Mel. I don't care. I'm a victim of Montrose and would never. They know he is a demented animal. I love this channel. Thanks, Shane. You was out Montrose, sure? You was out Montrose? Talk to me, Mel.
Hey, Shane, I'm driving and watching my GPS at the same time, so that's why I can't chat. I just want to go back to Miss Annette impact statement and just show how much of a hypocrite she is. And I just want to kind of focus on when she said that it's so hard for her to get out of bed. But she didn't have any problems going to bed the night that Naziah didn't come home. What a hypocrite. And that's all I had to say.
Appreciate that, Mel.
All right.
Mel is right, everybody. Mel is right. Look, everybody, y'all been great. I do got somebody that disagreed with me, and let me highlight you and just give me why you disagree and what you disagree. And it's okay, because that's what we do over here. We agree to disagree. Walk by faith, not by sight, says have to disagree. Talk to me, walk by faith. What do you disagree with? He and his sister and brother don't have the same father. Shank look at his mask before Janiyah and then look at it when she done. It's a wet spot under the eye. He can't face none of his victims. Yes, it's a lot of women that don't care. They just want a man. Damn shame. Once again, that's the link to the backup channel. Candy says, let's go, Mel. No pampering. He's seen them out. You don't think they was pampering him? Walk by faith. You don't think when he got with them, you don't think that they were pampering him? You don't think that they were allowing him to let him do whatever he want? Because remember, everybody, the one that he was going to marry, or the fiance, I believe, remember, she said that Jarvis would come to the house. They wasn't living together. Now, this is your fiance or your wife. I can't remember. Y'all help me out. But remember, she said Jarvis would come at 10 p.m. and by 2 a.m. he was gone. What woman is going to allow her fiance? What woman is going to allow her husband to pull up in another female's car? But what woman is going to allow her husband or her fiance to come to her house at 10 and by 2 a.m. he gone? That's why I said they were pampering him. They were allowing Jarvis to roam freely. They were allowing Jarvis to do what he wanted to do. Because if he had a woman, if he had a woman like Candy, if he had a woman like Sama, Corey, if he had a woman like the women that's down there in my chat, I know y'all wouldn't have been allowing Jarvis to move like that. I know that. I know Regina wouldn't have been allowing Jarvis to move like that. It's too late for the emotions. You should never have touched her. That baby needs therapy, counseling, etc. She don't like men because of you shaking my head, poor baby. That's right, Regina. Of course, they pampered him, light skin, long hair. That's what I said. Walk by faith. That's what I said. And you said you had disagreed, but it's okay. It's okay. But that's not what I'm saying. They were pampering Jarvis. That's all. Candy says, oh, hell no, not at my house. Them horses thought that they had a prize. You're both right. He was looking for low self-esteem women, and those low self-esteem women let him do what he wanted to do. Appreciate that, my fatigues. Damn shame. He hadn't shed one tear. Heck no, I would never. Not to be rude, but they all are not attractive. Well, welcome to the party. That's what everybody feel like. Now me, and don't go throwing no rocks up here at me. For me, because I'm a man. Nah, let me keep my mouth shut. I already stay in trouble over here. I look, people always accusing me of shit anyway. Let me keep my mouth shut on that one. You know what? You're right, walk by faith. I'm leaving that alone. Warner says, sure did. Ain't nobody going to touch neither one of my kids, my son, 18, and my daughter, 21, protect them with my life. Right. Wanted they babies to have that hood head. That's right. My bad, Shank, misunderstand. No, it's all good, walk by faith. It's all good. I see you, 80s, baby. It ain't funny, Candy. It ain't funny. I got to announce these cash apps from the, give me a minute, y'all. If you're watching, mother, this mother of four. Appreciate that cash app from the other day, mother of four. I see you, 80s, baby. I see you. No, my daughter and two. All right, look. See, y'all love messing with Shank Rock. Let put it up here. Now, for me, you know what? I ain't even gonna do it because I know y'all gonna. Nah, you know what? I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone because I know y'all gonna come for Shank Rock when I try to tell y'all that. Let me shut up. Let me just shut up. I don't want no parts of that. Hell's nah, absolutely. They thought he looked good. I'm just glad he will never be able to touch my sister Naya ever again. And yes, he was always a monster. And I agree with you, Mia. And once again, y'all, let's keep uplifting Mia's creation as much as we can. Let's keep praying for her. True, get them off the screen. Oh, damn shame, Shank. Shank, blow that picture off you got on the screen of Jarvis. You can see the spot right there. Yep. I see the wet spot on. I see it. I see it, something sweet. I see it. He wasn't giving them money. LOL. Ninja couldn't pay for pads or Plan B. He would have been under the dirt. Hey, everybody. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. I'll see everybody back. Matter of fact, I'm going to do the backup channel at 7 p.m. So make sure y'all meet me at the backup channel after dark with Shank at 7 p.m. and then back here at 10 p.m. for an all-nighter. We're going to do an all-nighter tonight. Once again, Miss Parker is getting ready to go live. So I'll see everybody over there with Miss Parker. Salute, everybody. I'll leave the chat running and you all can hang around. Salute. Shank Rock is the wave of the future. Let's talk about some of these beefs you've been into.
Yeah, that's what I love. That's what I love. Let's get to it.
Now, look, I'm going to save her for last, or should I start off with Gorilla first?
Her, you said her. Just a hurt of you? Man, that bitch look like a security guard at a midget club.
And I just wanted to say, rest in peace to Juanita. We love you. Once again, rest in peace to Juanita.
To be honest, Shank, my main deal breaker as a man is toxicity in a woman. What I mean by toxicity, I'm just speaking from my perspective. I don't like a female that's ghetto. I don't like a female that's always yelling, cursing. Because I've dealt with someone like that before, and she was a real piece of work. And I said, as I got older, I said I will always make sure if anybody I've ever dealt with, I can't deal with the toxicity at all. Like you're not a female that doesn't, you want to act more like a man and you act like a female, you know, being aggressive, and that's my main deal breaker is a real toxic female. You know, that's my main thing. I can't deal with that as a man.
Men have feelings too. And I see in some of our communities, men don't get to share their feelings and everything because they always getting shot down. And this caused some destructions in the relationship, because if he can't honestly share with his woman how he feel, what you think that's gonna be like? You know, if I can share my feelings and my opinion, he should have the same right to do the same, because it's a union. Once you come together as a union, it's nothing off the table.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? As far as a woman, you know, helping that man, because that's what she is, a helpmate. When I'm strong, if he weak, I'm going to be his strength. If he weak, I'm gonna be his strength. I'm going to pull where it's necessary to pull that, to keep our relationship together, to keep it whole, to keep it going.
If you have a husband and he's a millionaire and say, baby, I don't want you to work, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. But in our communities, not saying that we don't have black millionaires, because we do, but in a normal setting, these days, it takes two incomes.
No boy.
It takes two incomes, but the respect level. Me and my husband never went to bed mad, because you're going to wake up mad. If you don't try to figure out, or, well, he said this. Okay, explain to me why you feel that way. And I'm going to explain why I feel that way. And then the whole C word, compromise. You know, compromise. But you got to love yourself. You got to love your mate. Did we argue? Everybody argues. But it's how you get back together to be on that standard. I love you. We're going to make this work. Whatever it is, we're going to make it work.